body, any rhythm, live on your laptop, live from your television. Good, the bad, the ugly. The good, the bad, the ugly. The good, the bad, the ugly. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Boom, we're back again, episode 2 of 2023.
I am FIZZ official.
I am ASSASIN. We've got
Emmanuel.
with us today, hold tight our sponsors.
Tax-free official. Don't know the thing already. Use our promo code GBU20. Yeah, that's 20% off for all clothing. Yeah, and today we've got a special guest, as you can see. And right now, I'm going to leave it with ASSASIN. I'm going to put it on her toes. You don't know the thing already. You run the thing and let's get it. Let's see what's going off today. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit different and let you know that.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's going to be a bit of a good one. Introduce yourself. Who are you?
So yeah, I'm Emmanuel, born and bred in Nottingham City.
Yes. Let us know a bit about your childhood, Emmanuel.
Oh, you want to know a bit about my childhood?
Yeah, let's go. So have you always lived in Nottingham?
Always born and bred, yeah.
Okay. So like, have you lived? What area did you come from in Nottingham?
Originally St Anne's.
Yeah. What was it?
Born and bred in St Anne's.
And what was it like growing up in St Anne's?
It was obviously it was quite nice, you know. 'Cause I was coming from a big family in it, so it was always love. But I was literally born in a house in St Anne's on Cranwell Street.
Look at that.
And when
in
you
a house, you know.
Yeah,
we're born in a hospital.
Could even get there.
Yeah, big up
Mama
Mumsy.
Dukes was getting it done there, and then is that real?
So when you say you come from a big family, do you mean like your surname big family, or do you mean your household?
Household and surname and all that as well.
Meaning that
Like 10 of us in the house.
I say how many siblings are
Like,
there?
9, 8. Yeah, there's the army of us
In the house.
in
Whoa.
one house.
Yo, listen.
And you can
How many
imagine
bedrooms? Yeah, do you know? I was just about to say, how
all
many
that.
bedrooms?
More time, you know what? My mum did go for quite big houses more time. There's multiple rooms.
Probably like 3-4 bedrooms.
Obviously, as we're like moving on and moving like travellers, you know, we're moving on.
Come on, you know how the
from
thing
pillar
goes,
to post,
man.
you know what I'm saying? So obviously she went for big houses in the end, growing up like in that early like teens and that when I was about 10.
This is what I'm trying to
And
say.
is there a mixture like females, males, or?
Yeah, mixed there. Yeah, I got like 4 sisters and 6 brothers.
Wow.
So how was it? Sorry to interrupt you there, but how was it growing up with so much brothers and so much sisters,
Oh, you
like
can
all in the
imagine
same
the
house?
cramp ups. Could be like sardine thing.
All I was thinking in my head, came to my head was like bathroom time, like when it's shower time. Everyone, you got do you two got to tune up together?
You have to be quick in it and quick on the mark, man.
And where are you in that line?
I'm like the 7th. No.
Yeah, mad.
Look, so many you got to count.
No,
you know, and you got to go through like
Christmas must be mad up in that all.
No, 5th.
the 5th.
Fifth one.
So there's quite like a big stigma about St Anne's, Nottingham. They used to call it Shottingham. So what was it like for you, a male, black male, growing up in like one of the worst areas in Nottingham?
And that era.
Yeah, and that era, yeah.
instinct.
What was it like in that era? Because obviously we are from a different era.
I call it the good old days, car. I was kind of like more above my time type of thing, because my brothers, obviously, they were in like a sound, like, you know, like they're
Can you
going
tell us
around
about
cashing
that?
people.
Well, can you tell us
I know them,
about that? Because people might.
Yeah,
that
so-
didn't really happen in our time, like sound clashes.
Yeah. It's like early 90s, like 93, 94 times. It was all going off, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we had the rock and reggae and all that stuff. And we used to live like a stone throw away from the forest. You know what I mean?
Okay.
On Burford Road.
Okay.
So it was like-
so what music did you like? Was you actually do?
The music that I was growing into, because my dad was from a band as well, he's a Rasta, and obviously he was more like into the culture of, he was a pianist, you know what I'm saying? He's good on the piano and stuff. He was in a band called the Naturalites. And my brothers, they took on more like the hip hop / bashment type
Oh,
of
so you
thing,
had
wasn't it?
quite a good balance of both.
Yeah. R&B, all that, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, you definitely know your music.
Good old days of them wind down to
Well,
you
you
know
know
what I'm
what
saying?
I'm saying? Not the dunny in your truck.
Yeah,
the
well,
mad thing.
the illusion thing right now. That's some
examples.
the kids are going west with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right now,
real
TikTok and that
porno
just runs
stuff going
everything
off.
right now.
Yeah.
And it's right in your face. It's fucked. But yeah. But them times there it was more of a family set, innit? You know what I'm saying? Because everyone was we're going to family events, and true, our family all about the place. Baseford,
Come on, you go
Bradford.
all over the
You know
place.
what I'm
Around
saying?
that
It's just
time as
neutral
well,
to them.
though,
Meadows is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Man was moving everywhere. You know what I mean?
Cultural, everyone's all over the place. So it's not like it weren't territorial. It weren't like you're from every day. It weren't that.
Yeah. You know, it
then.
get to that. It get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
growing
gonna
up,
ask,
you know
at
I'm
what
saying?
age?
It
Yeah,
would
at
get
what
that.
We'll get to that.
was your like first experience then of like real gang related crime?
You know what? I always said, and I always obviously will stick by it as well, because it wouldn't. I looked at it like it wasn't a gang. People looking in would probably have their, you know, like assumptions that it was a gang that was in. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was all family. You know what I mean? Majority of the man them in my circle is family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no squares in the circle in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So it was
all close.
yeah, it was all close from day one. You with me? So it was neutral to be getting on with everyone in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're coming from that background as neutral, respect, and manners. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was good, man. It was very, very interesting and good. A lot of beautiful times back then.
So from a child growing up in St Anne's, like how have you got to for where you are now? So if we went back
from St Anne's, we're moving in it because we're like travellers in a sense. My mum moved to a lot of houses, different Baseford to Radford. You know what I mean? We moved quite a lot growing up.
So like you're saying then, like when you was in, it was okay to go from St Anne's to Radford to St Anne's.
Yeah.
But then at a certain point, like for example, when me and Maurice was growing up, like when me and FIZZ was growing up, it wouldn't be okay to live in St Anne's, then go live in Radford, then go live in Base.
No.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But for you, at your time of growing up, that was
natural.
That was also
It was a neutral thing. Everyone had respect for each other, and I'm saying it was no animosity in no way. Cause it was about our thing from young. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was just getting on with stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just doing the best we could in the situations that we was in. You know what I'm saying?
So sorry to cut you off there, because obviously with that being said, with you being here, there's actually like bare different sides to this story. Like there's got bare different sides that are coming out. So when you hear certain things, don't think like we're skipping things out or whatever. We're just trying to put everything to pieces to the puzzle, because we was talking before and we had a conversation, so we're just trying to put everything together. So don't feel like we're just skipping things out and thinking, hey, what's he on about? No, we're putting everything together from the get-go, all right? So yeah, we're going to be bit by bit, so don't think we're rushing the story, okay? You're going to get to it. Yeah, as you say, gosh, you know.
So at a certain point then, you've been involved in different... So growing up, you...
Yeah, because you was on about gangs, innit? And
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
I was looking at like a gang perspective, but like I said, it wasn't that in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Because we was looking at like it was more like an entertainment, because it was obviously my brothers and that was into music, and these are the things that was going off at the time. I was like into football and things like that, but seeing that it was a disaster on TV, people dying and burning that kind of like... waved up my head a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? It was
watching the kind of things at a young age is making you like,
yeah,
your head's all over the place. You can't find it.
Seriously, yeah. And seeing it on TV as well is deep, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, all those people.
Yeah, and it's getting so much worse now as well. Like compared to growing up, it's a complete different.
The era that we're in.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Saw some internet
like I said, the kids growing up to how we was growing up when we was younger. Well, you're growing up and my growing up, we're two different people coming from two different eras. You know what I'm saying? Like I can just say certain things that are going on now. I'm telling you, I couldn't go in my mom's household back then. So it's just like the parenthood area is got a bit as well.
Like I said, my mum's like it's different. She wasn't looking at it like, because obviously we've got loads of us in the house growing up in it, and obviously, like I said, we're all classed as family, my set of people in it. So it's like when I'm bringing my friends to the house, And there's all their trading loads in there already.
Yeah.
And it's coming like, yo, what? You got all these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different kind of friends, you know what I'm saying? But it was all love. You know what I mean? I remember one time that obviously there was a dance on Carnival on the forest.
On the forest,
and it was like 16, 17 like girls stranded on the forest, and they came from Leicester.
Oh wow.
And obviously they're stranded, they couldn't get back.
That's nothing new.
But they was having that much of a good time, yeah.
It's nothing
Yeah,
new. Same
they
shit
having
goes
a
on.
mad time, obviously, and they forgot their train time, innit? And it was like, yo.
Wow.
But these are decent people, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Proper good people. And obviously, I took upon myself to say, you know what, probably can float back to mine, you know. Might be able to get a little sleep. You know what I'm saying? Right there.
Wait, did you say
Don't-
16, 17?
don't-
Did you just say 16,
No,
17?
there's a few of them. No,
He's
there's a-
already got
there's a
10 in
gang.
his house already.
No, there's a gang of them, but we had some cars outside on the drive and stuff
Come on,
where we
you
lived at the time, you know what I'm saying?
Gosh.
Where we lived at the time, so the guy was in cars sleeping, pile up in, yo, pile up.
What's that?
So,
Piled up.
From
Yeah.
early, man, from early.
Wow.
That
That
was
must
a good
have been
experience,
crazy.
but
Yeah.
it was just love from then, you know what I mean? And obviously,
Do you speak
Yeah.
to any of them now? Like, do
if
you
I see
see
them,
any of them? Do
yeah,
you?
I would see, if I'd see them, they definitely know who it is. And
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know
No,
what I'm
but
saying?
yeah, because
Bare
that's
love
quite a
them.
significant
Know
event
what I mean?
that's happened in your life,
Of
right?
course, they're
Oh, you got
stranded-
stranded in a different city,
Yeah.
had to
Someone took
sleep
you-
in a random person's car, piled up. No, I bet it was actually some good times. Have you got like any other significant stories or of that time of growing up?
Yeah, it's just sort of love. It's just sort of love, innit? And then obviously, I just chose the road to go down.
that's
And
what
what was that road?
And that's what
Let's
I
actually
say. No,
let's
listen,
get into that.
Cause you see me, I'm not in this. You see me, I like the raw thing. I'm raw with it, innit? So, I don't know what Emmanuel, innit? I know Mega. I don't know no Emmanuel, so
You
I would
see.
like to know how you. Yeah, let's get it. How
Yeah,
did you get to Mega, innit?
How did it
In
get
a
to
real
that?
life.
No, you know what
see
it is
now?
though?
Yeah.
Obviously, with that side of the story now, yeah. Obviously, it comes with like I said, the people I'm around, innit? That obviously you get these names from, innit? Because
Yeah.
it's just love like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're all having jokes, we're all having this banter, and this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't even that from the start. It was mannered, innit? So they said,
Okay.
yeah, obviously.
No, I've heard that next.
Tell
I've
them,
heard- I've heard about
tell
man.
them, yeah, tell them why.
I look a bit older. I look a bit older than I am as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, you're doing a party. We're like, oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Big
just
up
out
man.
and about from young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just getting into beer business. So obviously, as my life's progressing, you know what I'm saying, we're changing it, and you know, we become a bit wiser and manly and all them things. But given the situation that man are in, puts you in difficult situations and things that you probably look back and say, you know, I'd rather have done it that way, but
Course,
way,
Yeah.
that's the way it's set. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But we don't really dwell on that now. We just move forward in a positive mindset, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
obviously,
concentrate
we're
on
learning
those
from them
positive
things
things.
there, you know what I'm saying? And we're just making sure that is that what it is. But we can change people and change the mindset of the youth them of today, especially, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the
With
aim
all this
of
drill
this
out
actual
thing, it's
interview.
juvenile genocide, I call it, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's the industry, innit? It's the music as well. You know what I mean? Me growing up with obviously the influence of
But
Mobb
this-
Deep
but
and
this I was
obviously
gonna say,
Nas
do
and
you
all them.
believe
Man,
do you believe it's the music? 'Cause we've had this
yeah,
conversation
it's got
on
a
the
big,
podcast
it's
before.
got a big influence.
It has,
got-
it
yeah,
has, innit?
1,000,000%.
But then I feel like, cool, I was listening to mad music back in the day, but does that mean that does that give me a reason that I can still go around and do them things that they say?
No,
They don't, but at the same time,
no, definitely
It just
you know
not.
what it
have
is?
influence.
It's just a
'Cause it's a
trend.
part
But it gives you that vibration.
It's a part of your environment,
because
isn't it?
It's
Like-
the vibration of the music. You know what I'm saying? It's not about it's the wording as well. Obviously, it's the words, but the frequency of the music as well has got a bigger point as well. You know what I'm saying? It's got a big value on it. But at the same time, some people will take it literally.
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
guy is
More
talking
so
this
now
life.
than ever.
He's talking this, but he's not living none of it.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm saying? And it's a trick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, this kid is gonna listen to this thing, especially if he's narrow-minded and got open mind and is just a yes kid and
Yeah, of course.
I do that kid and you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
it's gonna mash up his structure from the start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's following his friends, it's building the weed, and it turns into spice, and it turns into all
And
sorts
that's
of.
another thing you talk about from young, and you did previously. Obviously, you said prior that you went previously. Obviously, went into Kate when you was younger. And that's
That's due to all the badness. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to know a little bit more about that
Yeah.
I can relate to that because I once went into Kate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, I don't know if you're aware, but obviously we've seen on the podcast we spoke about it before.
Yeah.
And I can say my experience was. I can't say I had a bad experience, but I didn't really have a good experience. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So to an extent, I would like to know how your experience was when you was in.
Yeah, because again, it would have been different
it was at a
because
young
of the
age.
times
It was at a
as
young
well.
age as well. It was at a very, very
I feel
young
like
age.
the care system in your time was
It was horrible.
appalling. Yeah,
It was
there was so
disgusting.
many cases that.
These so-called supporters that care workers or how you want to define it as didn't have no training whatsoever. No
It's definitely
training
made so much big improvement.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? No remorse in a sense when it comes to vulnerable kids coming into your possession.
I can
And you're
say
supposed
that.
to
What
be
was your-
uplifting them and making them think better and do better. And they're just
What was
violating
your
people.
first experience of going into care? So like if you can remember, like
Yeah,
the
I
first
remember it
time
like
you
it was
going into
yesterday.
care. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, because I was going in and out the old
And how old
courts.
was you?
In and out of the old courts as a juvenile. Stanfield House, Guildhall, it's a totally different setting to nowadays, the Bravo and all that, because it's on dungeon setting. It was like some old Victorian Robin Hood stuff.
Okay.
In there, no, seriously, it was weird.
I can
No,
imagine.
yo, it was different. Cockroaches everywhere. It was horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get released from
So
Guildhall,
how old was you? Like 13, 14?
yeah, 13, 14 and that. And it was just happy days to get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Course you would have been. You
It's
talking
happy
about the
car, right?
dungeon.
Nah,
You really know
yeah.
what I
So
mean, like-
at that age,
But I
what
couldn't,
type
obviously,
of...
I couldn't go into prison or I couldn't.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
'cause
saying?
you
So it
were
was
so
a
young.
process, obviously, because I was doing.
They
I was
obviously gave
doing
you a
the
lot of
most.
chances.
I was doing, and obviously they thought, you know what, you're taking the piss now. You know what I'm saying? We've seen you more than a handful
But
of
what
times.
type of things were you doing at that age to get
What
in?
was you getting into?
It was just,
Like, was it like robbing cars?
yeah, it
like
was all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
At what age?
13?
Yeah, 13.
So you
Because I bet there was a lot of like
Wait,
hot
wait,
wiring at that
I'm trying
time.
to
weren't
fathom
there?
it. What do you
all
mean
that.
you use 13 robbing cars? I'm 13.
I
What was I 13
personally,
doing?
I
Just
personally
something
couldn't
about
rob the. I
smoking.
couldn't rob the car. I couldn't personally rob the car, but obviously,
But you
them
know what I'm
the
saying?
time
You
was
might
them
get- you
errors
say, yeah,
that
yeah,
was
that's
quite
it,
easy
yeah.
to rob a car with a pair of
Hot wire.
scissors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It was just
Different.
you just get in the car. You can just turn the lock with a pair of scissors or
Yeah.
You know it. You know
Yeah.
people who do that old
You know
school
what I mean?
thing, man. You know
the
how
hot
it goes.
wiring.
So
thing.
what was you? So you was getting caught for like
Robberies.
robberies, basically.
Basically, yeah, just petted like obviously burglaries, robberies, and stuff like that.
So was it the courts
theft.
that put you into?
Yeah, so I'd go
Child
to court and obviously they'd turn around and say, you know what, we gave you this chance before or a few times now, and obviously you're not learning, so you're gonna go into care. Me at the time thinking, yeah man, it's gonna do better good, innit? So it's gonna, you know what I'm saying? It should be alright in there, innit? Like,
Yeah.
see
You
what
should
I've got,
be
innit?
a little camp.
Yeah, literally, little
It
camp.
was fucking hell since I got in there. It's different in there, you know what I'm saying? Different.
And that's
And the
another
kids,
thing,
obviously, the kids that were in there, obviously, like I said to them, I asked questions in it. I'm not quiet when it comes to certain things. Cause being in that situation, yeah, I know I've done good, but who these people got the right to say, you know what,
to say
you're going in there, not knowing what these people are really up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've really been trained. They've done nothing to be governing kids.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? In a positive light. So me going in there and obviously seeing how they treated the kids in there from the jump, I said, you know what? I was asking questions. Why are you in it? You know
What,
I'm
to the
saying
kids?
I said, why are you here? Like, what are you here for? And obviously, majority of them were like, oh, my family didn't like me, didn't want me in the house no more. So this is me, innit? So to them, it was home, innit? You know what I mean?
never home.
And I would go to the office and I'd say that things like, yo, right now, obviously I've been brought here from the court, so you know, like. My mum would want me in the house. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause these no,
Also, I
seriously.
don't know what's going on right here with everybody else, but my mum wants me.
Yeah, my mum would like me in the house. But obviously, you know what I'm saying? Given the situation and the circumstances, I've been put in there due to them saying I'm too bad in it. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's like a punishment. So I remember when Rasta man's in the office, and he was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "What do you mean am I sure? Bring me home, man. Bring me home. I'll show you if I'm sure." Mum Dukes is there, and she'll be opening the doors. It is what it is. So as we got there, yeah, and they bust the door, my mum was like, "Boom," and he was like, "Rah, Angela, let me see your son."
Oh, so your mum,
Because
So
my
your
mum
mum knew the
went to school
worker.
with the guy.
Wow.
One of the good righteous workers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he was actually trying to do something
Trying
good.
to help
'Cause he
you.
looked at me and thought, "You sure?" And obviously looked at me.
Because you know what's so crazy? Even with you saying that would never be able to happen now. Like, if someone was in
No,
care
no,
and there was
no,
like,
no.
yo, my mum
No,
wants me.
no.
Yeah.
No one's taking you.
no.
But
Yeah.
around this time, clearly, like you're saying, like it
There's
wasn't
so much
governed that much.
corruption.
There was
There's
so much
so much
corruption. Not
corruption.
a worker
He's
just
just thinking,
actually
you know
took
what?
you home.
This youth's actually, if he's telling the truth, because
go-
obviously
let's
the
go see
majority
what
of the
he
kids that they're dealing with in there are being adopted, obviously been abandoned. innit?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And they've just been left to the dirt, and obviously left to scum as well. Literally, they didn't know, but these people are actually horrible people. You know what I'm saying?
How long was you actually in care for?
Yeah.
It wasn't long because, like I said, I was
Same with me,
a
I was
rebellion in it. I rebelled.
Was it just
You know
that
what I'm
one
saying?
time that you went and then?
No. It was quite a few times.
No,
I'm running away. I'm running away in it. I'm thinking, I'm running out this. I'm getting off. I'm not into all this.
So where
There's
was
a lot
it?
of
Like where was
dips,
it in different places in Nottingham?
Yeah. There's about 3 or 4 in Nottingham. Then it was that bad. 'Cause I was exposing what was going on. I went to
that bad.
no, seriously. I went the ship me out to Mansfield.
Wow.
Wickedness, yeah, even more wicked and evil and racist and shit.
Mansfield is different.
Man,
you
a
know?
racist and
Mansfield's
fuck
different.
So
down.
what sort of things were happening in the houses? Like what?
So there was just obviously abusing people, innit? Whether
And
it would be
that's where it goes
sexually, physically,
Or
you know what I'm saying?
mentally,
Mentally.
Yeah.
There was no up spiritually in there. There was just demon going off in there. It was
When
horrible.
sorry to cut you off, when I was in there, they was just basically like they just left us to do whatever we was doing. They never really met. They don't see when you're at home. You know you only can do so much in it.
Yeah.
You see when you're in these homes, you what? Wing it, mate. I'm jumping off that bed. I'm jumping on that bed. I'm running from that. Yeah. What's going on?
Were you and your brother together?
Yeah, we were brothers together.
Yeah.
That's why it was alright.
Yeah.
And me and my brother was doing whatever I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we just say, I'm going, I know it. Yeah, let's go and bad up my man. And
Yeah.
I was just rolling through, and then to where they came to man and said, "Yo, we have to separate you," and that's when
Yeah,
we
it
said,
caused
"No, no."
it causing too much
We ran
loud,
off. Yeah,
too
we ran
loud
off. We
and-
ran off together, man. We said, "You know what? Basically, it was Christmas time. Sorry, not cutting into myself, but Christmas times." You know, the woman's on about, yeah, you get some money to spend or sort of. I said, yeah, is it? And it was peas as well, you know. We went a little bit of money. And she said, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you your cash when we get. But we were little kids, so she was just giving her cash just to hold it. You know, say, look, let's spend it.
Yeah.
Brother, she gave us the P. I said to my brother, I was a smart one. I said, listen, we're gonna run. As soon as that bus comes, because she's on the crutches, innit? So I said, as soon as the bus comes, yeah, we're gone. Yeah, she gonna get a little bus, we're gonna run. She got on the bus. We ran through City Hospital. That was it. We went London, mate. London that same day. You never see such things again. Forget them. I rang them.
Wow.
I let them
But
know.
at this time, was your mum living in London?
My
No, your
in
mum was
London.
living.
No,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
lived in
yeah.
London, but I went to my eyes and we back to London. But yeah, get back into your story. Sorry, but
Yeah,
trust me, man, I
wow.
know how it
So
Yeah,
was
so I
you
went-
your
so I went-
only sibling that was going in and out of?
That was more on the badness, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
Even
what
though
do
we
you,
come from a righteous, don't get it twisted. Like,
yeah,
I'm
what
not
do
saying
you
that the
think got
family
you
home
into
wasn't-
that?
you know what I'm saying? Tight and everything. I wouldn't talk good and wrong and all them
Yeah,
things there.
yeah.
That was standard, you know what I'm saying?
Did your family go
'Cause my
to church?
family-
Did the church go?
Yeah, all them things there. All that,
So
you know what I'm saying?
What
Remember,
do
my
you
name's
think was
Emmanuel
the
in a
most
bit. So
influence?
it's just that, obviously my dad's a Rasta, innit?
And I
So
think
it's
your
like-
name's
I said
Emmanuel.
my name is
it's a real
Emmanuel.
righteous
You
name, you know what I'm
know.
saying? It's not no
Emmanuel.
joke thing, you know what I'm saying? It's real righteousness we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? So at the same time, obviously, straying away from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
family,
the household. Yeah, your
you know what I'm
peers
saying?
had more of an
Yeah.
influence.
And obviously, like I said, it just got from 0 to a million
1,000.
real quick. You know what I mean?
And how did that process go from when
From
you
childhood to adulthood?
and from you
And
being,
when did you?
But
Yeah.
Because obviously,
For you to
because
go to
now I'm
jail.
looking back, yeah, and I'm getting obviously an insight of like my background of my parents and stuff, and how they got into this country in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? More deeper, because more deeper
that's what I'm
than
saying.
it's more deeper than that. You know what I mean? So when I'm looking at it from that perspective, and how they suffered, you know what I'm saying, and now they put this scheme in, this ring rush scheme sitting in,
Yeah.
and obviously I got people that are my people then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mum Dukes, big up Mum Dukes car.
Big up Mum Dukes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes you gotta go through certain things in life, and obviously at the end, you know what I'm saying? You have to just tell them what it is.
Yeah.
And they stopped my mum from working from what day?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? From like 96. There's some bad mind friend that she had in work. I must have turned around and she's legal in the country, but she came here when she was 6. My grandparents got married. The strong working people, you know what I'm saying? They helped build up the whole of St.
And then
Anne's.
the grafters as well, you know, they're the people that are grafters and then
Trust me, there was hard working people, and obviously as she was growing up, obviously she's got all this lot and that, and she's gone work one day and they turned around and said, "Nah, you're illegal in the country or something, some shit. You're not even working there no more." And from there, she was just branded as flipping. You know what I mean?
But how do you think that took a toll on the household? Meaning, obviously, because your mum would have been working.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, it's gonna in any household, especially if you're coming from a black background. You know what I'm saying? And right then and them day and age there, you know what I mean? Coming from that, I think that was that Margaret Thatcher ruling. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I'm 1980s. You know what I'm saying? So the trials and tribulations that my parents are going through, God knows, you know what I'm saying? How the thing was set, you know what I mean? So it's going to have a ripple effect on all of us, you know what I'm saying? On all of us. And obviously, and I was just doing badness, you know what I mean?
At what? So your badness, you're saying, has started from when you're like, your badness has started from when you're like 13, 14.
Yeah.
So you wasn't able to go to prison then, and your punishment was that you went into foster care instead. Residential care instead. So when you're an adult and you can actually go to prison, what encounters did you have as an adult then?
Yeah, so obviously we'd get onto that, innit, because I got to the stage where I was obviously getting to an age where they're gonna send me to jail eventually, innit? You know what I'm saying? So, and the crimes didn't stop. So
and this is what I was going to say. What crimes? I was saying, because obviously you started off, you said you was robbery, and obviously my auntie always told me you always want to go a certain. You want to go
step, like when you know you can get away with this, but you try.
It'll take you further than you want to.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you started off doing a little bit of robbery.
Just a bit of petty stuff, and obviously getting to a little bit serious and.
You don't have to talk too much about what
you
do. Obviously serious, more serious robberies. And obviously that would have led you to obviously getting a
considerable amount of time in jail, and obviously that comes with the risk that you take. You know what I'm saying? And obviously if I could change it, I'd probably change it. You know what I mean? But
and that's what
I've got the positive side of that negative situation. You know what I mean? Which overcrowds it.
Yeah. So speak us through the negative that led you to your positive.
So obviously I found myself in my last sentence, obviously.
And how long?
Getting a 12-year sentence for a conspiracy.
What was the conspiracy?
To rob a bank.
Wow.
So, and obviously with that consequence was the sentence I got, and obviously done the sentence, going through
all of it.
No, going through I had to do half of it.
Oh, okay.
So half in jail and half out in the community. But during my time, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna go through hardship, you know what I'm saying? But after hardship, guaranteed ease at the same time, because as you're going through, doing bare positive stuff and making sure you're doing your time constructively, it's gonna help, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is.
I guess everyone's experience in prison's a bit different. So
of course it is, definitely.
So what was your experience in prison? Like, what prisons did you go into?
My obviously the experience are like I said, innit? It's how you as a person carry yourself, you know what I'm saying? And your mindset and stuff, and what you want to achieve, you know what I mean? Because I've seen a lot of people, close brethren, do some weird stuff, and obviously
100%.
getting some weird drugs and all that, and putting themselves in some vulnerable situations, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have even expected it from them, but true, they're going through what they're going through.
But then, man can't. They have to say, man, because I don't have no sympathy. You know what it is? Because we're all grown, and we're in jail. We're at we're at one of the worst stages in our life. You know what I'm saying? Rather than being in the grave. So at this point, we need to then make sure that we're strong in ourselves.
Yeah, million
Right
percent.
now,
Yeah, of course.
Man, no, jail can either make you or break you. Man,
Yeah.
This is, and you
'Cause
got
that
all
is
the
a long
time. You got all the
sentence,
time to
that is.
pre all sorts of ideas, business, this, that, this, your family, this, and
But you should
you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
using it constructively
6
only
years.
is gonna elevate you. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna make you see a different type of vision. You know what I'm saying, in a sense, because if you're there on some puppy show, watching TV on some soap up thing, and
just sitting there, just making time go by.
smoking burn, and right now they're burning out the burn right now. You can't even burn in there now. The
Bare
burning
vape,
burn. The
bare
burning
vape.
John, Paul and Matthew and Peter. The burning Quran, the burning everything in there right now. They
In
just
a
gotta stop
real
smoking.
life,
You
burning
can't smoke
everything.
in jail, you know. You
Can't you?
it's just bare vaping, but man are burning Bible and Quran and all them
Everything.
things there.
Because you can't get
Because you
Rizla.
can't get Rizla.
So the man are burning the Bible.
It's
people.
wicked, right?
This is,
It's
oh,
wicked.
it's real talks, man. It's not
real.
It's
It's
going
real.
off.
Nice.
It's going off. Remember, they stopped the ban
But at the
smoking.
same time, like I said, because obviously with this sentence, as I progressed on, like I said, I progressed on it, and like you said, you do fall back into certain things. You know, you do lose a little focus, and then you bounce back, and then you get back on track in it. You know what I'm saying? So, in my situation, that's how it was, and then as I bounced back on track, I progressed on, got my DCAT, and then seeing that side of stuff. 'Cause I've never had a DCAT in jail. That was
How long was you in there before you got your DCAT? So
about 4 years.
okay.
And so for people that are not aware of what DCAT is,
Yeah.
can you explain to them what
It's an
DCAT is?
open category jail of the system of being in prison, basically. So you get rottles, which are, you know, a license to be released into the community to obviously visit your family, work,
You can get like
You know what I'm
weekday
saying?
ones or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
weekend or 3
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever, yeah.
or in events. Like if you're in a business. In my situation, I was in a business. I was doing voluntary work in it for the CLA, which is the Care Leavers Association. And
So
obviously,
I'm saying, man's in
progress.
prison and doing.
Yeah, I'm
voluntary
going
work, you know
into.
what
I'm in a DCAT prison, going back into CCAT prison,
Mad.
helping care leavers
Mad.
access to files and
Oh wow.
helping the governors, obviously former advocacy type mentoring.
So you with the governors as well?
Yeah. Obviously,
That's
OMU.
good work, man. That's
Obviously, I've worked with everyone. obviously,
OMU,
to make
I don't
sure.
like them.
Obviously,
Don't like them.
you got to work with
They
all of them
mash
to
up
make
man's
sure you
things,
get the
man.
balance. You know what I'm saying? Because they all want to know and all need to know what work needs to be done to make sure the
How
work's
to
done properly.
make it better and how to communicate with the prisoners better. But some of them listen. I do say some of them do listen, but they don't know how to actually interpret it in person. I think they've got the talks, but they don't know how to actually put it in action. You know what I'm saying? Because my only work.
Well, this is where you get into it, Carl. I'm saying when you're coming from an experience like we are, and I always tell them, I'm not mocking them, but when you're coming from an experience and you're dealing with someone who can relate to you, and more, you get more results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Straight away, you just feel connected, don't you? You feel that.
Definitely, yeah. And it's not really that simple for them. They think it's simple, but right now they need more people like us. Really,
So
you know what I'm saying?
with that being said, because this is what I'm saying, everything happens for a reason. Because I've been saying this for over a few months now. Yeah, they need people like us in the prison systems, like meaning
definitely.
talking
Like
to
real
these
people.
prisoners, like going to these prisons.
Yeah.
Big up the chapel people and all of the people that take the time out to come and see the prisoners and do whatever and pray with them. But seriously, they need people like us that have been through the system and that are trying to actually turn the leaf and making you know, listen, you can make a positive out of the negative, you know. Don't think like because you're in jail now, your life's done, or you know what I'm saying? Because people in jail actually feel like, oh, man can't go out of jail and do
A
that.
lot of people just get lost in the cycle, don't they?
Yeah, they lose hope in it. It's a hope thing, innit? And obviously, and the little faith as well. But they lose all that. Some man just go in there and they sign up to stuff they don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? They ask a question during the, you know, like induction stage.
Yeah.
For instance, you go in there and ask what religion you are, and some people just think,
Muslim.
you
Just
know
for
what
the
I'm
sake of it.
saying? Do they say something?
Just for the sake
You
of
don't know
it.
about it, but like I said, as you go in there and you get to know certain peoples and you start to get familiar with the surroundings and stuff, you probably will know about Islam, you know what I'm saying? And get taught certain things and take your shahada and all that. But if you're being yourself, like
Did
yourself,
you do that in prison? Did you?
no, so what in my situation is beautiful, Car. When I was on remand, I was like a chaplain orderly in HMP Nottingham.
Nice.
And
nice job.
I got that little, you know what I'm saying? It was
Nice
a nice
job,
job.
that.
Give him my
Easy.
name.
Yeah,
You
you see everyone.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm in the chapel and obviously I'm looking on the religious calendar
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm thinking, on them calendars, they got a breakdown of all the religions that are allowed in the jail, that are endorsed in the jail.
Yeah.
And I seen Rastafari, and I said, fire. I said, yeah, I'm in. I'm looking and I'm getting more information. I'm getting more information from obviously the chaplains and stuff. And I'm saying, okay. And I'm saying, oh, so what is it then? What? So when they're coming in then, where are they going to govern the group?
Yeah.
You're saying, no, it's not really endorsing it yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm looking at the titles and what obviously the recognition of the certain dates.
Yeah.
Obviously the Selassie Zertstrong and Empress and them's birthday, which was his wife, and that, and Ethiopian New Year and bare things. With man thinking, yeah, man, that's good, you know. So, whatever, I'm in the long run, I'm gonna make sure I'm governing that. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, when I got to know certain things that you have to do to obviously do
certain things,
what the chaplain's doing, basically, because that's what I did. Didn't
Yeah, but for that religion.
yeah, so so there was no one actually coming into the prison and actually doing anything. There was no rastas, no Bubba Jeds coming in and saying, yeah, being a second.
wait.
There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. It was just nothing was set in stone. It was just what it is. And I was there. So when I got sentenced and I moved on,
Where did you move to?
I went to HMP Loudon Grange.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a decent
there,
jail.
That's not that far. From
No, it's in Loudon.
Yeah.
It's literally a stone throw away. It's
Decent jail, that.
Yeah, it's on the ends. So when I went there and I knew about obviously that, I remember I was serving a big sentence. I thought, you know what, it's time to govern that, innit? And then started to know what I needed to do to put in place to do the group. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got everyone together who I needed to.
Yeah, so
make
you got
sure,
a good people so you can say like, look,
whoever's
all
doing
of
it with
these,
me is grand and knows certain things about Africa and certain things where we're floating from, you know what I'm saying? So it was quite easy still. Yeah, it was quite easy.
And did that last for the duration of your
sentence? So I did it from Loudon, and then from Loudon did it in HMP Rambe as well.
Bad boy.
So I set it up. So I was like the
you set the stone,
the mentor of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'd obviously say to man, yeah, man, we're doing Rasta class, you know, and we're gonna listen to a tune, and we're gonna look at some Black history, some Black history documentaries that I've got, and all that Hidden Colours and all them things there. The Song of the Solution and all bit of things, and obviously it was opening people's minds because they weren't seeing.
Yeah, because when I was in Rambe, man doing Black history as well, and obviously so that would have been because of you lot. What have you lot wanted to do?
I left it in there, so everyone who I left it with, they carried it on.
Yeah, they did. Because I was in there 2013, 14.
Yeah.
And yeah, they was doing Black History Month, and it was 6 still. So yeah, but as we were gonna say, coming out swiftly out of the jail thing, because obviously I can see you got your own, is that your own merch or your own,
man. This is my own local store.
Enlighten people about what
it is,
what it
and how we
represents.
got to this.
So like this is actually a local. I'm quite a local artist as well, and I can draw.
Okay, then.
So
and when you was in prison, sorry to just cut you there. When you was in prison, you also got involved in some art stuff.
Yeah. So when you obviously if you got like a custodial sentence, probation or whatever it is, you're in the system. There's a scheme called the Costello Award, and it's like an art place. Any type of music, if you're an artist or you got some form of skill about you can apply for like 5 entries. I think it was 5. I used to apply 5 different art pictures I used to do. Got some big awards, got some won money as well.
Come on, this is what I'm saying. That's something different.
I've got a bad abstract painting of Bob Marley right now. Wicked.
But people wouldn't think about that though, bro. People
get
be
a
like,
picture
what?
of that and add it on.
What? I'm gonna sit down and do some pictures. That's some edict thing, you know? How is some edict thing? A man's been there, done it.
Got awards and money.
What you on about? Got awards and money, bro.
I did another exciting project was with the Costello. It was like it's called the Zip of My Words, and so basically it was like a vision that I had, and I just did it anyway, the way I did it. But when it was given the award, it got given some recommendation award, and I was in the South Bank Centre in London. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, big up
so
yourself.
I was in DCAT,
big up yourself.
And I was like, right, I got the letter like one pit. I'm looking and saying,
are you in jail?
Said congratulations, you have now been invited to this day that they're doing in London. This event, obviously, there's open to the public. There's over like 50,000 visitors.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
And obviously, my piece of work was there, and You know what I'm saying?
I bet. How did that feel? How did that feel like to be like in
Because
prison?
It was a good day 'cause I brought my kids in there. Everyone, family was up there. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good look. You know what I mean? Proper thing.
And I bet really, like, that's the first, like, biggest, good, significant thing at that stage you have done.
Yeah, my
Like,
life.
really
Yeah,
life.
my life, definitely. Yeah, more positive than
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. Being in that situation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm doing the most. I'm getting rottles to go all over the country.
Yeah.
To do the K-Lever stuff as well, you know what I'm saying?
So what did the actual prison stuff actually think when they actually seeing this, seeing you
was
actually
it
achieve these
recognised in
kind of
prison
things?
as well?
Yeah. Because obviously, like I said, in HMP Hatfield, the Bob Marley abstract painting that I did, I won gold on that as well, and I won 60 quid as well.
Big up you, come
I
on.
have 60 pounds on my
Yeah,
account.
yeah.
Bob Marley,
But
really?
let me just do
You know
it,
what I'm
man. Up top.
saying?
Good.
I couldn't even name it Bob Marley. I had to name it Bob due to the copyrights.
Yeah,
and certain things.
of course.
You know what I mean? But yeah, the jail was loving it. It was in the OMU. That was saying, I think give tags to OMU.
You have to give an early release or something.
OMU said, would like to take a copy of this and put it on the wall if you don't mind. Because I did like loads of like speeches to businesses and stuff, and just to promote all the stuff that was going off in the prison and that at the time. And obviously they was like, yeah, we want to take a picture of it, a copy of it and put it on the wall. So there's like a massive 50-inch thing, like looking, thinking, yo, you lot have done good with that. They might have plastic you used to put that up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there's more to it than them people
they
think.
blew up big, and obviously that's like because it was a recommended award. No, sorry, it was like an award that I won.
Okay.
Through that prison and stuff, it kind of like put them on the map when it comes to like the promotion of the art and certain things that you can get out there to the public.
So from that journey from jail, is that how you got to obviously how you got?
So the CLA, the K-Leavers Association that I did the voluntary work with, that I was going into the prisons with, and you know various events. You know, went to I've I had about 10 rattles in all, probably more, going all around the country, Wilston Prison to events in flipping Aston Villa football ground and beer things, promoting care experience and you know trying to change policies about certain things that are totally utterly wrong in that business, but at the same time the policies that have been changed are for the better good, because now you go to you go prison or you go police station or whatever, they're gonna ask you by law now, innit? Have you been in care? Which that wasn't the case. That was never the case back then. You know what I'm saying? They're just throwing you in there like some garbage, you know what I'm saying?
They won't give two hoots.
They won't be asking none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now, because of all the stuff that we've done, that's now endorsed in the system. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then I've got the idea of my own vision that I'm manifesting as well, which is a voice of a K-Lever.
And what is that? Can you tell us a little bit more so people are aware, so you can plug
they
in your
start-
platform?
So the
They
voice of
start connecting the dots.
If people
So
need
the
to get hold of you or
CLA
whatever.
and the voice of a K-Lever is just about raising awareness and supporting K-Levers, and obviously bringing it into the prisons, because there's going to be a lot of youth, a lot of the kids of today, obviously, they're the most important, innit? And they're struggling in a way, in a
100%.
sense. Not as much as I struggled or yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Saying that, sorry to cut you there, Mega, but if there's actually youths out there, right now, that would like to say, don't know what, I want to speak to my man a bit more, or I like to message.
of course.
How would they like, you know what I'm
reach
saying?
to
What's their form of them
No,
to
the
contact you?
obviously, because what we're doing at the minute, we've got a project at the minute with the CLA, and we're actually like interviewing people that have been in care. Actually go back into prisons now. I've been in Nottingham prison the last 2 months.
Come on, big up yourself.
So it's all getting back into motion, because
Big up
obviously
your-
through
this is what I'm
COVID,
saying.
It
kinda
must
like,
feel beautiful as well being on the other side of
I
that.
just went in there. The
You feel
first
more
day,
beautiful.
the first day I gone in there, obviously needs a little reasoning with. I just spoke to him. Obviously, he wants to do certain things that man are doing, innit? And I said, yo, it's patience, innit? It's not gonna work overnight. But he was getting out in August. So, but I thought, it's a remand jail, innit?
Yeah.
It's probably not gonna be.
You're not going to be there by the time you get
back.
there.
And that was the case, innit? But the little speech I had with the youth, it's changed his own. He's from nuts as well.
Yeah.
He's a big man, and obviously just trying to get out and do.
Come on, that's
Do
what it's about.
righteousness, you know what I'm
And if
saying?
you could change, and if you go into the prison, you can change one person at the whole jail. You
Yeah.
just change
Yeah.
one person's
Wow, it makes
perspective.
So when I went back there the
Nice.
other day on the governors, it was like a community governors day. So other organisations will come in representing what they're doing and whatever. And the the guy was like, oh, I don't know what you said to Levi, but he's got off. He's happy. No, sorry, he's not got off like he's been bad, but his mindset has changed. You know what I'm saying? There's the whole aura of beating down the door because they're not opening the door because they promised this and that and all this.
Come on.
It's calm and it's cool, you know what I'm saying? And it's happy.
Come on, that's saying that it's impact.
So what is your aim? What do you want to get out
So
of?
basically what I'm doing is what I was doing from 2017. So it's all kicking back in. So going back into the prisons, raising awareness of what we do, and supporting the care leavers and anyone who needs the support, really. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So you're not just are you not specifically aiming for people that's been in care? Or you,
Yeah, yeah, we are, because there's a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot, there's more than you think. And that is it. That is
So
it.
that
Because
is
of my
aiming for
background.
specific people that have been in
because
care.
of my trials and tribulations in that field, I thought
You
it'd be
can much
best
relate.
to work in that field.
Yeah,
you know
with
what
what
I'm
you
saying?
know, what you've experienced, and you've experienced
I
it
can,
at such a
they
close
can
time
relate
as
to
well.
me more on it, and they can't really open up as much and move on as much without like a role model type.
But like
of
I
thing,
said,
you know what I'm saying?
it's all right. Someone saying, "Oh yeah, I know what it's like," and you haven't done it. Oh, you haven't been through it. You don't know what it's like. You can just assume. You know what I'm saying?
When I was going in Wilson jail, there was people in, obviously the care leavers in there at the time. We hooked them up with how we did the work, and they was happy. They progressed on. You know what I'm saying? Before with that, there's just didn't have no hope or nothing to look forward to in a sense. You know what I mean? So it was kind of hard for them. You know what I mean? But true, when I came there and obviously made them know, nah, do this.
Trust me, man. There's a way out,
and you're gonna get a little. You know what I'm saying? No, if it's not helping yourself, it's gonna help someone. You know what I'm saying? So just stick in there, and that's what I was told, innit? And I just stuck in there and I just did it.
and that's what it is. You just gotta keep being consistent, and then, like you said, you picking up from where you left off.
Yeah.
Now you just gotta make sure you just not saying. As you can see, look, you've been in the prison in the past 2 months. Keep sticking at it.
I've got to go to Doncaster jail next week. You know what I'm saying? So it's
look,
moving around now.
man.
We're moving around.
It's only
You know what I'm saying? It's all
only
moving.
right.
It's all coming together.
Right,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
I hope you get very far and you achieve what you're actually
that will
going
be
for.
done,
And that's what
definitely.
I'm saying, Carl. It sounds like a bad boy thing that you're doing, Carl. You know what? I want to jump on board, Bridget, if I can get involved somehow. Yeah, I'm trying to get involved.
You
But
are
there is though. Obviously, because I've just left jails, so I don't know how that would.
Yeah,
that's
the stigma that's in a man's like head, like, isn't it? Because they're thinking, how am I gonna get back in there? You know what I'm saying? And it was the same thing. Because they look at me like, what, you're in jail, right? You're serving prisoner right now.
Yes,
and you're in there.
it's mad.
Huh? That don't make sense. How's that working? How's that possible? But when I break it down, obviously,
it's quite
it's
smart
consistency.
as well.
It's consistency, and obviously the goal, in it. You're gonna set the vision.
Don't take no for the answer, Bridget.
You know what I'm saying? Stick to that vision there, and anything's possible.
I know many people told you that, or someone said no, that's not you.
When I went in jail the other day, I'm seeing bare man them. I'm like, they look at me like, yo, man.
It's a madness, you know. It's a madness, you know. Yo, you see how many people that you know
right now, I can go home right now.
Yeah.
Which is the best
and
feeling.
And you know, you're thinking about, you know what they're going through when you leave, and you're like, bang up, they're probably making a cup of tea or something.
I'm in there, and everyone's banged up. It's a silence of the lambs in there. I'm like, blows beat.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, yo,
it's different, man.
You know what?
I don't miss that.
I bet you should have
I'm walking around, they look at me, I'm thinking, okay. Yeah, man.
It's like, this is
good
it.
look.
It's nothing's
Next
not changed.
Yeah.
But on that note,
this is your road to success.
that's what I'm about to say. On that note, we're gonna get me sim it down a bit. So, do you have any social media where people can contact you or nothing like nothing? This will say nothing.
It's not right now with the sale. Everything's obviously on their website. Because it's a charity that's been obviously operating for quite a while now.
Yeah.
So
but Voice of a Care Leaver, it's more at the
at
early
the
stage
beginning,
of things
it's
that
at
you
the-
want to boost and push throughout this year.
yeah, basically, yeah, and it's literally lifting off.
You got us behind you anyway. GBU's behind it. So you just,
Yeah.
if you need us to push or promote anything, just get me,
man,
send out a
definitely.
message or whatever. We're there. Is it?
Yeah, man, more than
one more
welcome.
question I feel like we should ask just before we finish off
Yeah.
is for anyone either in care, just left care,
Yeah.
or on that kind of path where they see themselves going to prison or potentially ending up down the wrong road, what kind of advice would you give to them, or is there anyone that they
Bad
can
boy question,
potentially
Charlie.
lean on before getting to that point where
Yeah,
they feel
because
like the cost?
because basically before if they're in that situation, in the criminal, obviously, environment, and obviously going to court, and obviously they're getting like a sentence plan or something ready. These are the questions that should be asked, innit?
Yeah.
You know, have you ever been in care? Because if the kid or the person turns around and says, "Oh, you know what, I have," and obviously get a background of where they're coming from and how they've been obviously been in situations to get them into crime in a sense as well, even when things like that. It's very important, you know what I'm saying? That
100%.
obviously that question's asked, because you don't know whose background and what background people are coming from, you know what I mean? It's a good thing that these questions are asked, and they need to be asked, because if you don't, they're not asked, then you're not going to get no answers, you know what I'm saying?
So is CLA a very involved association?
Yeah. It's based in Manchester as well. And it's they're more involved in like I said, access to files, peer group mentoring and things like that. We do a lot of Zoom meetings and things, you know what I'm saying, steering group stuff, and we help out a lot of organisations as well. We're doing actually I looked into a series called Screws, and they've given us the season 2 script, so we can have a little input on what's going off and why we think that kid killed himself in the scene. I can't really go into it as much.
No, don't let it out, man. Don't speak too much, man.
We made like a little input, like we've got the script, you know, and obviously
nice.
Elevation.
But this is the thing, because it's real, isn't it? So you need real people to have an input in these who have actually experienced it.
You can change that guy's life because it's coming from a clear experience as well, and it's kind of not being listened to in a sense.
Proper. But
yeah. Thank you for coming on, Emmanuel.
Yeah,
no, much appreciated, man.
Yeah,
much
thank
appreciated.
you for sharing your experience.
I like that,
I
man.
went to come back and give you some updates.
Yes.
Give them an update. You see it?
Everybody
up.
up.
You get me? On that note, we're going to leave it there. GBU, manners and respect. Bow!
Hot topic, we're ready with it. Not in the body, any rhythm. Live on your laptop, live from your television. The bad, the ugly. The good, the bad, the ugly. The good, the bad, the ugly. The good,